It was the early 1980s, and I was a teenage alien.
Attention Earthlings! Attention Earthlings! Attention Earthlings! This is a message from Planet Pill.
Planet Pill.
Planet Pill.
Planet Pill.
Planet Pill.
Now, this is something that many of my friends, even some friends that I've known for decades, don't know about me. And partially because it's a very hard story to explain. It's very unique. Not many teenagers did this kind of thing. But it all has to do with radio culture. In Charlotte, North Carolina, I was a big fan of rock and roll. I was a big fan of radio because radio is where you found out about concerts, about new records, about bands you'd never heard of. You know, before MTV really got started, 1982, I was listening to WROQ, 95Q in Charlotte. And I was a big fan of the station. You know, I had T-shirts, right? I had the T-shirt. I had some T-shirts. I had all kinds of WROQ stuff. I even had the WROQ stationery. Isn't that cool right there, right? So big fan of radio. It was something I listened to when I got home from school every day. And the radio culture back then was really, it was fueled by the audience. There was a lot of audience participation. For instance, you know, there would be call-ins where you could win tickets to shows or albums. These DJs had, you know, big personalities, and they would have people call in just to talk to them, to request music. Sometimes there were prank calls, but call-ins were a big part of this community. And me being me, I was always trying to call and win tickets and albums. And I started making up this character called Planet Pill. Now, Planet Pill didn't have anything to do with pills, didn't have anything to do with the band Public Image Limited, had nothing to do with the band called Planet P, which was popular in the 80s. It was just based on my nickname, Pill, which was derived from my last name, Pilmer, Planet Pill. So I would call with these little skits in mind, just to entertain the DJs, just to have some fun. And it became a thing that went on for 2 years. I would call this radio station every day after school for 2 years. And you'll see what happens. Now, just to let you know, back in the day when I would call in with these messages, I would record them on cassettes. So I would record all of my little messages, which were several seconds long, maybe a minute long at the most, on cassette tapes. And I would do this by, you know, holding the boombox pause record button down. And then when I heard my message come on the radio, I would lift up. And these messages were often pre-recorded. I would call in to the DJs. They would record them and then play them between songs. Now, because of the way I recorded these with the pause button on the boombox, a lot of the beginnings are chopped off. Not all of them, but quite a few have the first couple of seconds removed. And every message started with a certain phrase, and it was, "Attention Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill." And, you know, I got to mention this too. After the cassettes, I put them on CD. As soon as the CD technology came around, saved them on CD. That's what we'll be hearing today. Okay, you guys, I want to explain this logo on the cassette a little bit. This is something I came up with, of course, for Planet Pill when I was a kid. The planet is in the center there, and you can see these energy receiving poles here at the top and the bottom of the planet. That was to suck in the Q-energized rock to the planet so that our people could survive. And around the edges here, you see F and then O-P. FOP stood for Federation of Planets. That was a little club, a little group my friends and I put together. You know, they got wind of my Planet Pill thing, so they started their own planets. I think they maybe called the station once each. It was my friend Brandon Fry, who was Planet Fry, and my friend Larry, whose nickname was Lobster, so he had Planet Lobster. That was our Federation of Planets. Here's our logo, and of course I also made a button of that when I was a kid, probably a few of them, and there we go. There's the logo. The whole thing with Planet Pill was the big idea was that Planet Pill was fueled by energy from the rock music that 95Q played. And I called it Q energized rock. And that was my whole shtick. I would come up with characters who Planet Pill would fight against. And well, you'll see. So this was made possible by one guy, really, in particular. His name was Ted Prichard. Back then, he was known as Rock and Roll Ted. He's been a DJ all his life, and I believe 95Q was one of the first places he worked. So I have him here with me today, and he's going to listen to some of these messages with me, and we're going to talk about these days many, many years ago. And without further ado, I would love to welcome my friend Ted Prichard, aka Rock and Roll Ted, to the broadcast. What's up?
I'm stunned that this is all happening, first of all. And, well, anyway, I know what you want to get into, and we're going to do that. But just a little quick warm up. Here I was. This is my first radio job, really, paid radio job. I did college radio for a few years. And, the people that would call in, and especially Michael, when this 14-year-old kid stuck in his bedroom trying to figure out life, and his whole education is coming through, an FM radio dial, and actually pointing towards his direction in life. It's just a fantastic concept. I really don't know how to go much further with it, but that was a 14-year-old kid calling in with all of this creative nonsense and brilliance coming in free to me, and I was stunned about it. We actually became friends. Most people that call in radio stations just, hey man, give me a t-shirt, shut up. Right. So
well, there was a comedic effect to it. People would call in with this crazy stuff, and you would play with them and put their call on the air, and however you would manipulate it or whatever. It was just a culture of call-ins. It was like YouTube streamers now, how they deal with their side chat. That was how DJs got feedback from their audience, was these calls.
Exactly.
That was the audience. So let's just get started and let these people kind of hear what the hell I'm talking about. Planet Pill, messages from Planet Pill. What's that? Well, here we go. So I've got these calls that I've saved for decades, and we're going to run through them in kind of some particular order, but not chronological. So here's the screen, and we're going to start playing this. Now, this message here was probably about 1982. These are all from between 1982 and 1984. For about 2 years straight, I did this. So there's a mix of them. We'll talk about them. And here's the first one, Ted. Check it out.
All right.
Attention Earthlings, scared of the enemies? Have no fear, the Q is here. Beginning today on the Rock and Roll Ted Show. Every hour, stay tuned for a guaranteed six-pack of Q and Guys Rock.
WROQ.
Yeah. So
wow.
That was an example of a message. And let me explain that, this started with me making up characters, and which you'll hear later. But that particular message was right in the thick of things when I really was in my element. You had schooled me a little bit more on how to talk and how to enunciate words. And I was at that point doing promos for the radio station. You guys were having me promote your what is it called? A guaranteed six-pack, which meant you played 6 songs in a row without commercials. And that was a big thing back then. And there was also a thing called 2 for Tuesday, where you would play 2 by every artist. But if you didn't play 2 and you called in and caught the fact that the DJs didn't play 2 songs by the artist, you would win a prize. So that was 2 for Tuesday. There was Thirsty Thursday. There was all kinds of.
God. Oh, kind of incredible.
We're having to do like promos, right? Okay. So here's another one.
Attention Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. Don't forget, taste buds are people too, so keep them happy with a case of Budweiser from WROQ and Budweiser beer. Yes, you guessed it, it's Thirsty Thursday here on the Q. So don't touch that Earthling radio wave receiving device, because the Q will rock you.
Okay, so
that was awesome, man.
So here,
you go ahead.
So here I am.
In the comments. Yeah.
Here I'm a 13, 14-year-old kid. I'm advertising beer. I'm selling beer.
That's what I was going to say.
and look, if you think about it, all of these things, the guaranteed six-pack, that's beer related, right? There's all this alcohol culture that was going on.
Oh man, yeah, beer drinking and hell racing, on one of them old rock and roll stations. That's
amazing, right? So yeah, that was another example of a promo I was doing for the station, right?
Well, I got to tell you something quick, Mike. Right in the middle of all of this is that using a 14-year-old kid, a minor, to promote everything on your station without paying him, number one, and then number two, the alcohol advertisements being done by a minor. I'm sure there was a federal, I'm sure there was a problem with some federal rules at that point, but
Thank
well,
God.
yeah, it
Thank
was
God.
fun though.
Thank God you allowed it to happen.
Well, I remember I'd coach you a little bit. And if you notice in that one, your enunciation was better. You
Yeah.
started to work on.
Yeah. Now, these are from volume 2. There's volume 0, which is the lost tapes, volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3, I believe. So this is volume 2. This is months, a year into it, probably, right? So then now the next one we'll hear kind of you started helping me with the scripts a little bit. You would give me ideas and here's how to end it, here's how to put this in there. And this is one of those times where you help me out. Now check this out. I'm going to share the screen again and we'll hear this.
Attention Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill.
Oh my God.
Yes, Earth people, take heed. For those ever so evil enemies are again trying to pound at the walls of your skull.
Oh no, what will we do?
Now, my friends, 'tis very easy to destroy these alien scum. Simply arm yourself with your trusty FM station and a very long spoon and gag them with a blast of Q, energize, rock.
All right.
And then you said, all right, which was a thing I think the quote that came from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, if you remember Fast Times. And something I want to mention.
Oh, yes, I do. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed a bit of that, but yeah, I sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something I want to mention is that these will end with me laughing typically, and then they'll fade out into a song. And all of the songs, I can identify these songs in one note. I know what most of these songs are. That was Missing Persons, I believe, coming out of that one. But these songs were the soundtrack of my life back then. And now check this one. This next one is one of my favorites. It's very important to me, and I'll tell you why. Here we go.
All right, I want to get everybody ready for our Night Rangers show tonight. Oh, wait a minute. I feel strange vibes coming from outer space.
Attention Earthlings.
Oh,
This
gosh.
is a message from Planet Pill.
Should have known.
Today is a 2-for Tuesday you don't want to miss. Just catch Jay playing a double shot and pick up either tickets to Billy Idol at his May 9th show or Ozzy Osbourne at his May 11th show. Be here and be blasted with Q, Energize, Rock.
Whoa.
That was Night Ranger.
Night Ranger. That's right.
Yeah.
Night Ranger. And the first one
Yeah,
that was Missing Persons. That was Destination Unknown.
That's right. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
then we have Night Ranger and those two concerts. Now that was Jay Walker. I don't remember much about Jay Walker, but he was a DJ that, a lot of DJs, I've got a handful of them I'll thank at the end of this, but a lot of DJs let me do my thing after Ted gave me the foot in the door. Right. So, but I want to tell you those two shows, I went to both of those shows, Billy Idol and Ozzy. They were 2 or 3 days apart. And I went to those shows because you guys would give me tickets. And
Sure.
not only would you guys give me tickets to any show I wanted to see between 1982 and 84, you would give me press gate passes, which meant that me and my little friend, whoever I was with, whoever my parents or their parents dropped us off, we'd get dropped off. We would get in 10 or 15 minutes early with the press, with the photographers, and we would run our ass to the front. So we were front and center at the barrier for all of these shows, Ozzy, Idol, Scorpions, Iron Maiden, like on and on. The list goes on. So I can't thank you enough. This really made me a fan of going to concerts in general. I had gone to a couple before 1982, but not many. And it was just such a glorious thing that you guys did for me, giving me those tickets.
Now back up a second. Jay, what was that dude's name?
Jay Walker.
Jay Walker. I wasn't there, I don't think. I was already gone, I think.
No, I don't. Well,
Or maybe he was a part-timer.
no,
I just
actually,
didn't know.
volume 4. You may have been leaving or gone at that point. Volume 4.
That's possible. But still, that was a great, it was a great bit you did there. Yeah,
I mean,
that was a good one. You hear how tight they're getting?
Yeah. So this next one, here's another 6-pack promo, and we'll get into this right now. Planet Pill.
Message from Planet Pill. You are being blasted with a guaranteed 6-pack of Q, Energized, Rock.
Whoa.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
All right, moving on. Now this is a great one. Okay, so I had a cold when I called in with this message.
All right.
It didn't matter if I was sick, if I was depressed, whatever.
Yeah.
I would still do these messages, right? It was just something I had to do. So check this out. I have a cold. You'll like this.
3, 2, 1.
Attention Earthling. This is a message from Planet Pill. The qualifiers are in. The drawing is tonight, just before the rated 8, to see who receives 2 tickets to the Saturday Night Police Show in Greensboro. Be here and be blasted with Q, energized rock.
Gag, you pillion fool. Gag.
Now you said gag, pillion fool, gag at the end. I love that.
That was chill right there. I love that one.
With these messages, a lot of times, I would call, you would record it, and sometimes I would have to try it once or twice or 3 times to get it right.
Sure.
And every now and then you would air the stuff that I didn't really think you were going to air. You would air the mistake or so
Right.
There's some of that. And, I went to that police show with our friend Sarah, who is coming up later in some messages. And I still have the T-shirt from that police show. That was in Greensboro. And the band Reflex opened for the police, which I still love Reflex. So very cool time to be alive. Now, as I said, most of these messages were pre-recorded when I would call you, and then you would air them. Now, this one, for whatever reason, we had to do it live. And so you really put me on the spot for this one. Check this out. Check this out. Live.
Rock and Roll 95Q and a guaranteed 6-pack live. No tape recorder. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Attention Earthling. This is a message from Planet Pill. It is another fabulous 2-4 Tuesday. Be sure to catch Ted playing 1 instead of the required 2 tunes. It's just so easy. So stay tuned and be blasted with Q, energized rock.
You could hear yourself laughing at my uncomfortableness.
But that's where radio was going in terms of presentation right there, with absolute, like you're a fly on the wall in the room with the guy.
Yeah.
Which I thought was I always thought that was the most fun.
Now back in those days, I lived with my mom alone. We had a small apartment, little apartment there in the bad part of town. And now this is a very special message here. Now check this out, Ted. Now let this play out, and remember when this happened, okay? When I was interrupted during my message. Here we go.
This is a message from Planet Pill. Mom, please quit knocking at the door.
That's me laughing.
It was boom, 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 boom.
Oh, no. Didn't know your mom was visiting the planet.
Yeah, she's up here.
So you aired.
Oh, yeah. Put that whole thing on there. Yeah, man.
It's like my mom is knocking at the door, and I'm doing this. I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to do something.
He probably thought you were beating your meat.
Well, I was
I
beating the life out of 95Q, man. It was so funny. And then you aired that, and I was like, oh, man. You didn't even air the one I did right, which is awesome.
It was so great.
Yeah.
Don't you? So unexpected. Mom, let me in.
And I'm like, Mom. But it was so cool that you aired it. I don't know if you knew this was going to happen 40 years later or whatever, but that's a great call to have on recording. All right. So
that's one of the best right there.
And just to let people know, I've got about 67 of these messages to play, and they're all short, and we're going to get into more of them right now. Check this out, Ted.
Message from Planet Pill. It's All Request Friday, so use your Earthling communication device to call Ted with your request. He, in turn, will blast those enemies with Q, energized rock. Oh, yes.
I would throw you a curveball every now and then, just to get your reaction like that.
It was great.
Okay, now this one is great. I really got you to play along with this one. You had you had your script in this one. Check this out.
Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. Those enemies of rock are at it again, threatening to kill off rock forever, threatening to disarm the Q of its wonderful weaponry. But we know they can't do shit stuff to us. They'll never take away our pride, our joy,
on life, RQ energized rock.
Now, what was that song? Do you remember that? The wah, 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 wah. What was that? I can't recall that one.
It's not hitting with me right
It's
now.
not
I'll
coming
think
to me.
about it.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Okay,
It'll
now.
happen. Dum, dum, dum. That wasn't Priest, was it? No.
No, whatever it was, that's one of the very few I can't identify. Now, now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the very first interplanetary message I ever called with. And I don't even know if this is you on the phone. I think it might be Mike Donovan. But check this out. I was not Planet Pill at this point. I was Neptune M for whatever. Now, check this out. This is really, you'll notice the difference here between the messages that we've played so far and this one. Check this out.
Where is your message being transmitted from?
Neptunium.
Neptunium. Calling for heavy metal poisoning. And how long have you been listening to Q on Neptunium?
Many mega years.
How many light years from Earth is Neptunium?
666.
The
So I was calling to request Heavy Metal Poisoning by Styx. And when he asked how many light years away you are, I said 666. I was a Satanist even then.
That was perfect. And that was an ad lib, I'm sure. And that was Donovan.
Yeah,
I know his voice.
So here's now the next 4 or 5 are going to be all very early ones. This is when I was introducing the enemies of Planet Pill, the Hicks. And Muzak monsters and the honky tonkers. Okay, here we go. And I can't believe we were allowed to do this on the radio. Check this out.
Well,
Yes, Planet Pill.
The fighter pilots here on Planet Pill shot down a Hickian spy plane this morning over the continent of Rock and Roll Ted. The pilot survived and is here with us now.
Let him speak.
I will music. I'll tell you nothing. Should we choke him with some Q-energized rock?
Blast him with some heavy metal.
Now that was, you know that, right?
Right. Tell me, I forget.
That was, I think that was Styx.
Oh, of course it was. Heavy metal.
Okay,
poison.
now I'm just going to play the next 3 because they're all the same topic. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
The following is an important message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. We on Planet Pill have enemies, as you on Earth have. First there were Hicks, then honky tonkers, which were soon found only to be Hicks in disguise. Now a completely different breed of life. A breed of life which worships songs with no words. Yes, our new enemy is from the planet Muzak. You've heard it in elevators, restaurants, and fine Kmarts everywhere. Well, now the Muzak monsters are out for blood. Fighting alongside Lawrence of WROQ, their leader, they try to stop rock and roll on Earth and on Planet Pill. What do we have to say to them? Eat metal, Muzak muck.
Stop them!
Stop them! Here we go. More Muzak.
The people of Earth from Planet Pill. Our new enemy, the Muzak monsters from the planet Muzak, are making a strong threat toward the rock lovers of Earth. They plan to break into the airwaves of WROQ and play Muzak instead. Yes, Muzak, that slow music with no words. Well, are we just going to sit here? No, we're going to blast them with Q-energized rock.
The Q.
Don't, Iron Maiden. All right, next one.
There it is.
First, from Planet Pill. We have good news to feed into your humanoid brain cells. The Muzak monsters have been temporarily fought off and brought to their knees to the help of you and WROQ Charlotte. We here on Planet Pill would like to celebrate with, what else but, metal.
The Q.
Fuck. You know, it's just so,
right?
It's just so funny how you guys just let me go with this stuff. And you were helping me with some of those scripts. I could tell. The Lawrence of WROQ leader, I think that was your idea.
Nice.
Over the continent of Rock and Roll Ted, that may have been your idea too. So, and these enemies were based on music that I thought went against rock and roll. Even though I love disco now, you know, we had the Studniks, we had the honky tonkers and the Hicks, which were country music. We had the Muzak. So I was just trying to come up with enemies of rock, right? So, here's a couple about the honky tonkers. Check this out.
Transmission.
This is a message to the rock lovers of Earth from Planet Pill. People of Earth, take heed, for there is a new enemy of rock from the outer limits of space. Yes, the honky tonkers. If you should see one of these country terrors, look it straight in the eye and yell,
That was awesome right there. That was great.
Q.
This is an emergency message from Planet Pill to ROQ Earth Station.
Go ahead with your transmission.
We are under attack by the dreaded honky-tonkers. We have withheld this far, but we do not know how much more slanging we can take. We have an urgent request for heavy metal music from the queue. Repeat, urgent request for heavy metal music.
Request granted.
More Ozzy, right?
Oh, Ozzy all over the place. Particularly then, it was just awesome. It was well, anyway, you know.
And there was a reference in there to the song "Swangin'," the country song, which was a big hit back then.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Oh
Yep.
God, yeah.
Okay, so let's continue here with a couple more of these enemies messages.
This is a message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. Our new enemy, the Studniks, are making their first threat for the rock lovers of Earth. They plan to come to Earth, whip out their gold medallions, and blind all rock lovers. We don't mean physically blind. We're talking mental blindness. They're going to try to make us all wear polyester pants. But there's no way, you Studniks, because we're protected by Q metal.
All right, one more enemy thing here.
Transmission to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. The Studniks are now on Earth, hiding, waiting, ready to attack. They may be in America. They may be in North Carolina. They may even be in your living room, ready to blind you with their gold medallions. But no need to worry, because you are armed. Armed with a Q. So crank it up and kill that enemy of rock.
You know, here I am, like promoting murder. Okay, speaking of murder, you know, we did get rid of the Hicks eventually, and here's the message that talks about that.
Message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. You were informed yesterday of the new enemy, the Studniks. Yes, outer space studs which come to Earth to inhabit local bars and night spots, secretly killing rock lovers in their path. But as for the Hicks, once our great enemy, their lives were ended Sunday with the help of Q. We had a little celebration last night for that particular battle, but now it's time for a formal farewell from Rock and Roll Ted.
Now, Pill?
Yes, now, Ted.
Oh, Hicks, we'll miss you, old Hicks. You're the reason for car chases in B-movie flicks. Throughout your lives, you tried to kill us off, but it's too late now. We live because of rock.
Blast.
That's crazy. I don't remember that one. That's nuts.
Come on, man. I mean, it just okay. So this is a good one. This is the death of an enemy, Ted. On radio, we have the death of an enemy. Are you ready for this?
Planet Pill, today exclusively on the Rock and Roll Ted Show, the death of an enemy. Oh, wasn't that fun? Now, let's blast his next of kin with Q and a dive rock.
Let's blast his next of kin.
Those are great. You know, but you see what's so interesting is that, I mean, from an analytical standpoint, is that you are growing into this thing with this whole theater of the mind thing, which is what, you know, jokes and stuff on radio are all about.
Yeah.
But you're doing this all by yourself. You're like 14. It was just nuts. But and listening back to this reminds me of how sophisticated you were getting. It's kind of crazy. You had me screaming.
And just to let people know, your time was from 8 to 10, I believe, or 7 to 10, or something like that.
No, 6 to 10. Right. 6
to 10. Right. 6 to 10. So it was like a couple hours after I got from school, so I had time to work this stuff out. But yeah, 6 to 10, and now these next few messages refer to a song. Now let me tell you, there was this thing called the Rated 8, where you would basically have two songs that you would put up. One song that kind of fit the format and was predictable, and one song which was way off in left field or weird that you wouldn't expect people to vote for. It was kind of like set up like that, right? So there was a song by Trio. You would actually let me come up with the weird song, like, because I was into some weird bands. So there was this band called Trio. It had this song called Anna. Oh, Anna, let me in, let me out. So I got you hip to that song. And we did a few messages based on that. So check this out.
Here's a message from Planet Pill. Our royal queen Anna has been kidnapped by a group of evil enemies of rock. We would like for you to help us in getting her back by chanting this hymn. Anna. Anna. Oh. Very good, Earthlings. Now, let's finish this rescue attempt by blasting those dirty enemies with Q. Energize. Rock.
All right. All right.
Here comes
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Earth Commander WROQ and Roll Ted and sidekick Michael Donovan will be at the Dixie Electric Company tonight. Be there for the fabulous Stevie Nicks look-alike contest. You could win tickets for the show. Also, you will be blasted with Q. Energize. Rock.
Anna. Anna.
You just let me out.
All right.
Anna.
All right, now this one is really interesting, Ted. This basically, I called in to I did my message. We recorded it, but when I called in, you were busy talking to Michael Donovan about something, and so this is how you aired this call. This is really fun.
With a family argument and attempted message from an alien.
Leave us alone. Where's my pen? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Today is 2-4 Tuesday. Yes, the day you could win tickets to the Talking Heads concert, October 16th at the Charlotte Coliseum. Just be the first caller to get Ted playing dip.
Dip. Anna. Yes, it's getting to me. Anna. Oh, Anna.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Today is 2-4 Tuesday. Yes, the day you could win tickets to the Talking Heads concert, October 16th at the Charlotte Coliseum. Just be the first caller to get Ted playing one instead of the required 2 tunes. And keep it right here for a blast of Q and a guy rock.
Anna.
Oh, Anna.
Okay, so I mean, sometimes you would air my mistakes, which I really like at this point. Back then I was horrified, but it's great now. Okay, this is a call where you came up with something around the band Asia, which I don't think you and I liked very much back then. I like them now. But here we go with the Asia call.
Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. Earth Commander Rock and Roll Ted would like to inform you that if you get smart with him on your Earth communication device, he will play every Asia record back to back until you submit. Be there, Earthlings. And now, be blasted with Q and a guys rock.
Judas Priest.
That was Judas Priest right there.
Yeah. So this next one is really interesting because there was one time you guys would do these things where the DJs, who were big personalities on the station, would go out and do personal appearances at certain things. And I remember you guys asking me to do one as Planet Pill. And so here's the promotion for that, just very brief.
Small parking lot in front of Carolina Waterbeds. Michael Donovan will be hosting the Budweiser license tag party from 5 till 7 p.m. And get this, a special guest appearance from Planet Pill. Be there. It's Thursday on the Q.
Wow.
And I don't remember anything about that at all. Like,
no, I don't either. You did you actually do an appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Show up. Yeah, I met people, and it was great.
It was at it wasn't a bar. It couldn't have been a bar.
I mean,
14.
It was in front of Carolina Waterbeds.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Carolina Waterbeds. Listen to those great commercials. Waterbeds. Wow.
It's crazy. Okay, so now we're going to get into some messages where we'll talk about our friend here real quick. And now Sarah Nicholson, who was a good friend of yours. She was a few years older than me. She was in college. I was in junior high school or high school or something. And she had a character called Bunny Metal Headington. And she would call your show sometimes as Bunny. So when I met her, we decided to do a message together. Okay, so this is me and Bunny Metal Headington right now. Check it out.
Jesus.
No, Bunny
wants to go first?
No mortal interrupts the transition from a Federation planet and continues to exist. Any last words?
I don't need this.
Very well. Now, prepare to meet your doom, Bunny. Prepare to be blasted with Q and a dive rock.
Whoa, that was,
And we did it
pretty crazy.
But we did away with Bunny on that one. Now, this is a really important one for me and my viewers on YouTube, because I have a friend named Tim Nolan who I've known for 50 years since I've been in Ohio as a little kid. And we were still in touch when I moved down to North Carolina when I was living in Charlotte. And he got wind of this Planet Pill thing. And I think one day he was visiting my house and he wanted to call in to do something. So he called in. And now this is Tim Nolan as a character he came up with called Sweetie. Okay, now check this out. I think the first part of the message is cut off, but check this out. Check it out.
Hi.
Hey, big,
Rated 8, go ahead.
hey, big boy.
Oh,
About a cookie.
this must be the Metal Maniacs. Pill. Who is this? Fess up.
This is Sweeney.
It's one of you. This is Sweetie. Okay, Sweetie. Go ahead, baby. Lay it on me. Talk dirty to me. Let me get a cigarette here. Hold on a second.
And then you hung up on him.
Sweetie. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sweetie. How's about a cookie? He said. That was Tim Nolan.
Tim Nolan, congratulations. You made it to radio once.
Okay, and there's one more. So this one, another friend of mine named Mindy, who I believe may have been my girlfriend at the time, or maybe a couple years. A couple of years after this, she became my girlfriend. She's still friends of mine. She was listening in as I was doing the message on, because there, back in those days, you had 2 landline phones in your house. You could listen in to the call. So she was on one line. She wanted to hear me doing a message, and this is what happened. This is what happened.
3, 2, 1.
Attention, Earthling. This is a message from
Planet Pill.
That was great, right? You finished it off.
Did I play that one?
Oh yeah, these are all recorded off the radio. These are all recorded off the radio, man. There was nothing I recorded at home. Now these next 2 tracks I just included because this was such an important concert for me. This was like a new wave concert you guys were sponsoring, unusually. And I believe at this point you had gone from an AOR station, an album-oriented rock station, to 95Q, the rock of the 80s, I think it was called. So you were playing a lot of 80s stuff, and you sponsored this concert by the Insect Surfers, the Waitresses, and a local band, Vandals, right? And the Vandals weren't the punk rock Vandals from California. They were like this Cheap Trick sounding band from around our area. So here's a couple of messages about this concert.
Here's a message from Planet Pill. Today is 2-4 Tuesday, and your chance to pick up 2 passes to see the Vandals, Waitresses, and Insect Surfers concert this Saturday at Park Center. Just catch Ted playing one instead of the required 2 tunes. It's that easy. Keep listening for more blast of Q, energized rock.
Whoa, okay.
1. Attention, Earthling. This is a message from Planet Pill. Tomorrow night is the night of rock at Park Center. 8 p.m. is the time for the Waitresses, Vandals, and Insect Surfers concert. Don't miss this fabulous action. And don't miss this next incredible blast of Q, energized rock.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yes, sir.
So there you go. There's some promos for a show that I remember that I loved that not many people saw back in those days. Insects, Waitresses. Very cool. Now, this next one, this is another one where I try to get the message a couple times. I keep messing up, but you play the whole thing, not just the one where I get it right. You play the whole thing. So this is pretty cool because you'll hear me celebrate at the end of finally getting it right. Okay.
Yes, here it is. See if I can do this now.
Go ahead.
Attention, Earthlings. We here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that it is another All Request Friday. If you have a tune that's very close to your humanoid blood-pumping organ, you couldn't tell it. No, I'm doing it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Attention, Earthlings. We here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that it is another All Request Friday. If you have a tune that's very close to your humanoid blood-pumping organ, Call Ted, tell him what it is, and he'll play it. In the meantime, we here on Planet Pill are going to blast those enemies with a... He says, it's Friday. Go ahead. Attention, Earthlings. We here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that it is another All Request Friday. If you have a tune that's very close to your humanoid blood-pumping organ, call Ted, tell him what it is, and he will play it. In the meantime, we here on Planet Pill are going to blast those enemies with Q Energized Rock. Got it.
I'm like, whoa, I got it,
Perfect.
man.
That's perfect, dude. That's perfect.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's just keep going. I'll just keep playing.
Sure.
Here we go. This is another these next two are a couple of concert promos that I went to both these shows. Still have the shirts from both these shows. Check this out.
Q.
Yes, this is Planet Pill. We have a special message for the people of Earth.
Go ahead with your transmission.
Rock and Roll Ted and WROQ have a special treat for you Earth people. Press gate passes to the delicious Sticks concert. So hang by your telephone devices, because you too could be the lucky winner of a nice feast of rock and roll.
Yeah. All right.
That was a good one. That was
This is a message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. Today is a 2-4 Tuesday. Yes, you know the rules. Just be the first caller to catch Ted playing 1 instead of 2. You could be the proud owner of a pair of tickets to the Rick Springfield concert tomorrow at the Charlotte Coliseum. All you female humanoids will want to catch this one, so keep it on the queue, because the queue will keep rocking.
All right, so that concert, Rick Springfield, I went to. A band called the Sparks opened up for him. And I still have the shirt, and I've met Rick Springfield since then over the years. He's a big Devo fan. I love Rick Springfield. He's always good in concert. Always.
Right. He is.
Yeah.
Amazing. He's not just a soap star. He's a musician. Yeah.
He's a rocker.
For real.
And he's a
for
big
real.
Devo fan. Big Devo fan. All right, check this out. Here's another Planet Pill message.
This is a transmission to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. Today is another 2 for Tuesday on the queue. Yes, we're firing 2 tunes from each group at those enemies of rock. But if the Earth Commander Ted fires only one of the required 2 tunes, just be the first to correctly state the name of the group and say, "You only blasted those enemies of rock once." You will be rewarded with 2 passes to see the premiere of Jaws 3 in 3D. Have fun, carbon units.
All right, so
Carbon units. I like that one. That's awesome.
you know, I was a nerdy kid. Now this next one is really important because it mentions a certain room at the 95Q radio station. Now I think you may remember this. We'll talk about it a little after. Check this out.
Earthling, this is a message from Planet Pill. Today is a 2-4 Tuesday, and your chance to win a fabulous album from the ever-popular Q Closet. Just be the first caller to get Ted playing 1 instead of the required 2 tunes. Just keep listening to Rock and Roll 95Q for a healthy shot of rock.
And I remember, I remember back then when I did the laugh that I would go away from the phone to make it fade.
Yeah.
Figured out how to do that. But now that room I'm talking about was the Q Closet. Now the Q Closet was a room you guys had where you put, basically what I figured out was you put all the promo records that really didn't fit your format, or maybe you had extras of, and this was just a room full of records. And let me tell you, I discovered some of the best stuff because you guys would just let me go in there and take whatever I wanted. So I was taking things that, to me, because I was getting into new wave and punk rock back then, I was picking things that looked new wave or punk rock. So here's one of them that I still have. Let me take this off the screen real quick. Here's one of them that I still have, Specimen. Promo, a radio promo, of course, just one song. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It was a big hit for them, but hardly anybody knows Specimen. And then still have that. This was another record I picked because it looked new wave or punk rock. And this is Hillary. This is a synth pop artist, Hillary. She only put this one 4-song EP out in her career. But it's great. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. I've hipped so many people to this record over the years that without you guys letting me dig in there, I would have never. This was like a really weird gay nightclub hit in New York, but nobody else anywhere else knew what this was. And there's the promo, the gold promo stamp on the corner that all the radio station copies had right there. It's another one I've kept all these years. And then the last one I want to show you from the Q Closet is this one. Do you know who Was Not Was is?
Sure. The Was Brothers,
Yeah.
right? From
Yeah.
Reno or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, they were
So I picked this
something
out.
Spaces with you. Yeah.
I picked it out because it looked new wave. It looked really new wave. Now, what I didn't know when I picked it is that it has a song with Ozzy Osbourne as a guest vocalist. It's a new wave song called "Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed."
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a synth pop song at the height of his career. This is like 80 something, 82, 83, 84, something like that. The height of Ozzy's career, he put out a new wave song, "Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed." And you guys hit me to this, and this is another record I've evangelized for ever since I was a kid. So
I think what happens with Ozzy is he'd be in a recording studio and somebody else would be down the hall in a recording studio. And they'd both go, "Hey, what are you doing in here? All right." And then they go, "Oh, well, here's Ozzy. We'll stick him on something." Another story like that is Robert Trujillo, who was, he's in Metallica now, but he was with the Suicidal. Actually, they were
Suicidal
Infectious Grooves, the groove that makes your body
yep.
move. Yeah, and they did something with Ozzy. And anyway, it's a great story about that because he's just rock and roll. "Hey, you got any drugs in here?" Yeah.
No, come do a new wave song called "Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed." All right.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool.
He must have had a good sense of humor because the song is so new wave and so brutally kind of corny and dumb. It's so good. "Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed." Anyway, this next one is when we started playing with effects. Okay, and you were just messing around with effects. So here we go. This Planet Pill message.
We here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that you are being rocked by WROQ.
Fucking flock of seagulls, man. I can't tell you how much I love flock of seagulls to this day. But yeah, we started playing with a little delay or echo on the end of it. And that was always fun for me because I'd never heard my voice come through effects like that.
I don't think it worked really well because what I was doing was recording it on 2 different reel-to-reels at the same time. Everything's analog, remember? And so what would happen is I would keep the volume down to 0 on one of them.
Wow.
And when you were going, cue energized rock, and we were looking for that, effect, then all I had to do was pot the one up and it would echo.
Oh, that's cool.
Against itself. That's all it was. They do it on Hispanic stations all the time. Like, hola,
yeah. So it wasn't as easy as just pressing the effects button. You had to actually do something.
Right. It was totally manual. My production was bush league. It was tape and blade. So
well, speaking of your
digital.
Speaking of your production, this is a great one where you, at the very end of this message, you put in your 2 cents, I should say. And just check it out. Listen to the end and see if you can tell what you did to my message. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. It's All Request Friday. So use your Earthling communication device to call Ted with your request. He, in turn, will blast those enemies with Q, Energize, Rock.
Did you hear the belch?
I did. Was that me?
Like right at the end. Perfect timing.
Oh, man. Sorry.
That was good. Now, in one of the earlier messages we played, I mentioned that a certain enemy couldn't do sheep stuff to us. And we had this reference to sheep that we would always do. I don't know why we did the sheep thing.
I don't either.
Here's another sheep reference we threw in there. Check this out.
Message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Ted Sheep Show.
That's what? Sheep?
No, not sheep. Sheep. Thank you. Now, let's get on with it and blast those woolly wonders with Q, Energized, Rock.
Now, that was Judas Priest.
Right.
Okay, moving right along. This is a Q closet story right here. Check this out. And this is actually, I'm calling in to win a record this time. Check it out.
95Q, hello.
Yes, greetings, Jack.
Hello, Planet Pill.
You only played one human league.
Well, you just caught me red-handed, didn't you?
Yes, I caught you red-handed there, you old humanoid you.
I have for you a copy of the Donny Iris brand new album called Fortune 410, all right?
That's wonderful.
Who rocks you and your planet, Pill?
WROQ.
Okay, now I still have, hold on, still have that Donnie Iris record you guys gave me in the shrink
Oh,
wrap.
no kidding. Yeah.
And it's got the promo corner cut there. Great album by Donnie Iris.
I haven't listened to that whole thing. Does that have Aaliyah on it?
No, that was before. That was earlier.
Before.
This is Do You Compute? What does it take to make you understand? Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah. Donnie Iris was in a Pittsburgh band. He's from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Because I grew up in Pittsburgh and I had a little garage band and we went to see him play in the, they were called the Jaggers.
Yeah.
And
I've heard of them.
yep.
Yeah.
From them. Yeah.
I like
And
all from this, from discovering him here. And I think I had heard his earlier stuff, Aliyah, but I didn't really know until I got this. And then I discovered his back catalog, and I'm still a big fan. And this is another one that I actually won off the radio from you guys. This one here, Iron Maiden.
Oh, man.
You also gave me concert tickets to the show, which I saw. But it's the promo. It's got the promo gold stamp in the corner here from the station.
Yeah.
Still have it after all these years. Thank you, Q Closet. Now, here's something. This next message is something I came up with because at my school, they would have, what do they call it? Like just school spirit week or whatever. And every day of school spirit week would be a different day, like preppy day or punk day or tacky day. You would dress up to do this kind of thing. And so I brought this up to you and we thought, okay, we'll do a themed week. Okay. We'll do a themed week here on the TED Show. And this is what we came up with. Check this out.
No.
Listen to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. This week is hereby decreed Weird Week. Each day of Weird Week will be a weird day. Each weird day will give you a chance to call Ted and say what's appropriate for that day. This particular day just happens to be Favorite Organ Transplant Day. So call Ted, tell him your favorite transplant, and get weird, because it's Weird Week, right here on WROQ Charlotte.
Oh, my God.
I mean, favorite organ transplant day.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Who thinks like that? You.
Damaged people think like that. Okay, so now we're going to get into a couple of messages about school. I was in school and I knew how to celebrate the end of school and how to lament the start of school. So here's a couple of messages dealing with that, Ted.
Attention Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. The countdown has begun. School starts in just a matter of days. So use your time wisely, my children. And when planning your earthly activities, be sure to include some Q energized rock.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that song. Do you?
The start's not helping me any, but
maybe Joan Jett, but I can't remember. Okay, here's another school-related message here.
Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. Tired of those books and pencils? Sick of those teachers so soon? No need to worry, for we here on Planet Pill have the cure. Yes, you too can regain your energy. Just sit close to your Earthling radio wave receiving device and absorb some Q energized rock.
All right.
Ooh, I don't know that one either. But anyway, these are great. Do you see how these relate to everybody else is listening at that time of day and radio? Everybody's going to school pretty much. Yep. And, of course, the other people too, but everybody gets that. Everybody, as for everybody, school.
And the way you guys would take the end of my message, my little laugh or whatever, and then segue it into those songs the timing was often so perfect. You guys just did such a great job.
What you had was you had a perfect intro. So as soon as you started talking, I recognize that. And whatever, mishmash of information in the middle, which is usually pretty creative too, but it always ended the same way. And that's how you get things. It's repetition that helps people remember.
And really
say it, you got to take a hammer and bang it into their head.
Right. And one thing that really helped us, I think, or me, was the archaic phone technology that we had. That sound of that message coming over the phone sounded like it was coming from another planet because it was kind of static.
It absolutely did. It
wasn't like a clear call. It just had this great sound that made it seem like it was coming from afar. Right. So I always loved that. Now, a few more. This next one, all it says is blunder and message. So I must have up and then went right on. So I'm going to play the next few in a row because I think they're all school related, but whatever. I think the next two have errors in them. So here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Attention Earthlings. This is a message.
3, 2, 1.
Attention Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. It's 2-4 Tuesday. Just catch Ted playing one instead of the required 2 tunes and win tickets to see Street at PV Scott next week. And remember, carbon units, don't overserve your guests this holiday season. Blast them with Q, Energize, Rock.
Oh, Huey. I love Huey.
Well, I do too. But
Too high.
We were playing that on our station. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, Huey was big. Now this is back. This is probably when it was rock of the 80s at this point. Possibly.
Right.
Possibly. It changed from AOR to rock of the 80s. But here's another one where my notes say Ted airs more of the call than I expected him to. So
Yeah. Okay.
Ed,
Yes.
Planet Pill,
Go ahead with your transmission.
we have a message for the children of Earth.
Go forth.
This message is, children of Earth, you have but 4 days until freedom. But how can I make it through the last grueling days of school, you may ask? Just stay with the Rock of the 80s on WROQ.
Well put, Planet Pill.
Thank you, Ted. Transmission over.
Transmission over. The countdown has begun.
Thank you.
School is out Friday.
Yes.
Bless ye, people in Planet of Pill.
Thank you, Ted. We commend you.
Rock lives on Planet Pill.
Rock on. Kill Hicks.
Oh, God.
It wasn't my fault, I swear to God!
Now that was one of the things with the culture back then of radio is that you were putting in sound effects and endings and that was something that DJs did. DJs don't do that anymore.
No, they didn't. They didn't do it a whole lot then. It was kind of an upcoming trend, and it's swept towards the East Coast from California, actually. So
I mean, we started it then, right? Can we just say we started it?
we started that, buddy. You and me, and don't believe anybody who doesn't say so.
That's right. Okay, so a couple more calls related to summer countdown. Here we go.
Planet Pill, go ahead with your transmission.
Attention, all members of Earth's younger generation. This is a message from Planet Pill. Remember back to the beginning of your Earth school year. Remember the teachers, the books, the cafeteria food that killed off half the student body. Well, in 3 days, that will be over. No more torture. School's out for you Earth children in just 3 days. So keep it on the queue and kill some Hicks.
The Q.
From Planet Pill to you, the children of Earth. Do you have a country music lover in your class that you just love to do something cruel to? Well, now's your chance. There's only 2 more days left in school. So blast that Hick with Q Energized Rock.
How did we get away with advocating violence?
I swear, yeah. And, the use of the word hick, because,
Kill some Hicks. I mean,
of the audience was Hicks.
Kill some Hicks, man. How did I survive my teenage years? It's a good thing you couldn't put a face to the name on these things.
Right,
okay,
exactly.
Here's another rated 8. See, this is when it was getting into the rock of the 80s because this was Echo and the Bunnymen you guys were playing on the rated 8.
Oh, yeah, Echo.
I think you might have left at this point, but let's play it.
From Planet Pill, tonight on the ever-popular Rated 8, a new tune from Echo and the Bunnymen. Be here for the action and be blasted with Q Energized Rock.
See, more new wave. That was no words. That was Berlin playing after that.
Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
And here's another one, The Fix. Here's The Fix.
Oh, wow.
95Q, this is Jay Walker, rated 8. We have the new one from The Fix, Deeper and Deeper. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
10.
Okay, thank you very much. And right now, as a special presentation for our score, we will bring in my old partner, Planet Pill.
Attention Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. Tonight, Rated 8, Deeper and Deeper by The Fix. Got a fabulous 9.5. Stay tuned for more Q Energized Rock.
Fucking Duran. Yeah, so Jay Walker must have been there right after you left, and I was putting a lot of TED references in there, things that you had said in your broadcasts over the years, like if the act, you would always refer to the action. Welcome to the action. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. And you would say these things. I would work those things into my messages all the time, especially after you left. My TED references were on high. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, whatever. More school talk here. Here we go.
Planet Pill received our grades today too. All of our school-going units got A's with, of course, extra credit for Q. Energize. Rock.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool.
Attention Earthling. This is a message from Planet Pill. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. Forgive us, for we will not be televising the revolution tonight. But stay tuned for more Q, Energize, Rock.
That band there was Reflex. That's the band that opened for the Police.
Oh, that was, okay.
Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. That was something
Yeah,
either you and Donovan or you and Jay, you and who was? Oh yeah, maybe it was you and Larry Sprinkle. Somebody was welcome to the broadcast, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
We would Larry and I, as a joke, would make fun of those old school puker broadcasters. Everybody, welcome to the show tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna be picking our nose, and everybody's gonna like it.
I really, I got stuck on some of the stuff you said would just stick in my brain. So there's not many messages left. Let's just go ahead and get some of these.
Wrap them out. Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. This is another 6-pack promo here.
This is a message from Planet Pill. Are those enemies on your back again? Are they trying to beat awful thoughts into your brain? If so, you need not worry. For every hour on the Q, you can smash them with a guaranteed 6-pack of Q Energized Rock.
WROQ, Charlotte.
It almost sounded like I had a real job. It almost sounded like I had a real job. Okay. Yeah. Here's another example of a teenager selling beer.
To people of Earth from Planet Pill, today is a day for a party, a Budweiser tag party. Just jump in your Earthling vehicle and hit warp speed to the Video Visions on Freedom Drive in the Zare Shopping Center. There you will find your host, Jack Daniels, with free Bud, great prizes, and best of all, free Budweiser license tags. That all takes place from 5 till 7 today. Be there. It's Thirsty Thursday on the Q.
Wow. Okay. You were giving away beer? Holy shit.
Beer and, most importantly, your Budweiser license plate tag, which everybody wanted.
Oh, yeah. That's a cool idea, yeah.
Now, here's one from Volume 2. Now, that one was from Volume 1. That was back in the early days, that message there. And this is from Volume 2. This is when you, for some reason, had to work 2 hours extra, like the DJ after you couldn't come in. So you were on till midnight this night.
No.
So I was staying up late. I was excited. And here's how we did it. Here we go.
Ted.
Hello there, Pill.
I don't believe this 2 more hours of fun.
2 more hours of craziness. Go ahead with another transmission if you have one.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, please.
You have time?
Certainly. Please go ahead now.
All right. Attention, Earthlings. We here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that Ted will be rocking till 12 tonight. Let's honor his kindness with a touch of metal.
Whoa.
I mean, I'm just so happy that when I recorded these messages, I let it play through the intro of the next song, because it's such a, it just represents that period of time, those songs, right?
Sure. That was Scorpions right there. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
okay.
fun.
Here's a couple of Thirsty Thursdays. Again, you know, beer references. Here we go.
First from Planet Pill. Is your mouth absent of all moisture? Are those solar rays beating down upon your human-like flesh? If so, you need not worry, because the Q can cure what ails you. Yes, it's Thirsty Thursday. Just be the correct color, and you could be refreshed with a case of Budweiser. So lay back and listen for your chance to win, and absorb some Q Energized Rock.
Okay, here's another one.
Planet Pill. Wouldn't a nice tall glass of kale pectate taste good right now? Of course not. But a case of Budweiser would. You guessed it. It's Thirsty Thursday. Just keep listening to WROQ for your chance to win. And just to ensure that those enemies don't slip a bit of anti-rock into those buds, we're going to blast them with Q Energized
go.
Okay. Next up, celebrating a 2-day week of school. Here we go. Play it.
Attention, students of Earth. This is a message from Planet Pill. Yes, we persuaded those elders of yours to get you a 2-day week of school. Stay cool over this short vacation and be blasted with Q. Energize. Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. That was yes.
We're just going through the next few here. This one has to do with sports, which I was never really a big fan of. Check this out.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Forget about the World Series tonight. They're taking the day off anyway. It is not necessary to sustain life. There is no baseball here on Planet Pill. Yes, we manage perfectly well, with nothing but Q, Energize, Rock.
Wow.
And you know,
yeah, there's
because of your
records.
Because of your guidance, I would start getting a rhythm that I would write into the messages. Like it was
Exactly, yeah.
Started getting into this helped me so much. And for one, losing my Southern accent, which in those early messages, you can hear a Southern accent coming through. But by the time I spent 2 years with you, I was done with that Southern accent. I was done with it. Okay, here we go. We got a rock report. And now this is definitely after you left. I think these next two might be after you left. Check this out.
Jay Walker here on the Q, and I feel those strange vibes coming from outer space.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Are you being tormented by those evil enemies of rock? If so, you need to banish them forever. Stay tuned for the 95Q Rock Report with all the upcoming concerts you can attend to eliminate those enemies from your presence. It's all at 7 o'clock. So be here and be blasted with Q. Energize, rock.
That was a weak song to come out of that. I would have never.
In other words, he followed the format, and I just broke it whenever we had. I went for speed and power after those songs.
That's right. Now, speaking of power, school's out for this one. School is out. Check this out.
Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill, a special message that is, school is out. Stay here with the Q all summer for mini blasts of Q. Energize, rock.
See, that's totally appropriate song for that, right?
Yeah. Now we were talking the other day on the phone about Dixie Electric Company. Mm-hmm. Here's a couple that mentioned this club. I believe it was a bar or a club of some kind, but check this out.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Tonight, join Earth broadcasters Michael Donovan and Jay Walker at the Dixie Electric Company for the fabulous Hard Bodies competition with a special appearance by U.S. heavyweight wrestling champion Ricky Steamboat. Also, tunes provided by Sidewinder and $1,000 in prizes. Male and female carbon units are invited to compete. Be there and be blasted with Q. Energize, rock.
Here's another one.
Attention, Earthlings. This is a message from Planet Pill. Tonight, Space Cadet Michael Donovan and Earth Commander Rock and Roll Ted will be blasting those enemies at the Dixie Electric Company. Don't miss it. Free champagne at 12 midnight. And just what will they be destroying those enemies with? The one and only Q. Energize, rock.
Oh, wow.
You know what song that was?
Yeah, I do.
What
the
is
Commissar.
Yeah, that's right. All right, now, there's only a few messages left. This next one is from Volume 2. This is when you went on vacation and then you came back home, okay? So this was my welcome back message to you.
A message to the people of Earth from Planet Pill. Rock and Roll Ted is back. Yes, he has returned. He is here now after a vacation well earned. The Q without him was like Star Trek without Spock. So we welcome him back with Q Energized Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I like how you were like, oh yeah, in the background.
yeah.
Now, I've got to do something really quick here. I've got to share a different screen. I want to show you that back then, this is proof that I was actually doing this. Okay, here we go. Check this out. This is actually from that message right there that you heard. This is the handwritten on my mom's stationery with that landline phone. This is a message to people from Planet Pill. Rock and Roll Ted is back. Yes, he has returned. He is here now after vacation well earned. Q without him was like Star Trek without Spock. Welcome him back with you, Energized Rock. That was actually
that was a total poem. Yeah.
Look at that. And then just for shits and giggles, I included a picture of myself from 1984 in my room. Okay.
Perfect. God,
So here's,
perfect.
I'm wearing the police shirt that I got from the show that you guys sent me to.
Yeah.
The album I have on the bed is by a punk rock band called Discharge. I had just discovered punk from like around 82, 83. So I was listening to that. There's cassette tapes on my bed. There's a lot of these posters and stuff in the background. I still have all of that stuff.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. Like my room still kind of looks like that. so I thought that was cool. Now let me get this other screen up here again for us, and we'll go through the last couple of messages, which are very, very cool. If I do say so myself, let me find the screen again, and we'll share it. Share it. Share the screen. Share the screen. Put it on the screen. Okay. So now, this next one is we got more into the echo effects a little bit. I thought this was a good one because it shows how we kind of made it better, the echo effects. So check this out. You are being rocked. Here we go.
Earthlings, we here on Planet Pill would like to inform you that you are being rocked by WROQ, Charlotte.
We got the effects a little better on that one.
A little better.
Now, the last two messages here, very important, very important. Kind of leaves me a little teary-eyed sometimes. Now, this is your promo for your Rock and Roll Ted going away party, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Check this out.
Here's a message from Planet Pill. Tomorrow night at the Dixie Electric Company, Rock and Roll Ted going away party. That's right. Our Earth Commander is moving up in the world of broadcasting and will soon be departing from this section of the Earth. Wish him the very best. Join in on the celebration and be blasted with Q Energized Rock.
All right.
All
right.
Okay, now
right.
Now, let me just show you real quick. Let me show you that I still have this relic, Ted.
Let me see this. What I
I survived Rock and Roll Ted's last blast.
Wow, March 3rd it was? Wow, no kidding. Dixie Electric. I remember that place now. It was in that big shopping mall, and it had been like a grocery store or something, you know, like a Harris Teeter or something.
Right.
It was now empty. And so it was a big place. But what everybody remembered, it was right next to some giant strip joint.
Yes, I don't think I was allowed to go. I wasn't allowed to go because I was underage, but you got me that shirt from the event. So I still have that.
That's cool.
And here's the very last message, Ted, the very last message, Ted. This is really a tearjerker. Okay, check this out.
Oh, wow.
3, 2, 1.
Attention Earthlings, this is a message from Planet Pill. As you may or may not know, our prized Earth Commander Rock and Roll Ted is leaving the queue very soon. This is a very sad, but also a very joyous time, for he is moving up in the world of broadcasting. We here on the planet, and hopefully you out there in Radioland, wish him the very best in his Earth future. We would also like him and all of you to realize that our planetary messages would not have been possible without his help. Thanks again, Commander. You are definitely one in a million. And we on Planet Pill bid you farewell. With what else but a fabulous blast of Q Energized Rock!
WROQ, Charlotte.
Okay, there it is, Ted. And that was the very last message that I mentioned you in. And this is right when you were moving away from Carolina, and you were going to Florida. I can't remember what
I
the
was-
station was in Florida.
I was going to Florida. Yeah. So that was actually, that last message did touch the old heart of Rock and Roll Ted, the commander on Earth here. But yeah, that it meant so much to me to just have all that content and everything. Where I went was WBJW in Orlando, everybody. And they were very much like that. It was owned by an insurance company, Nationwide Insurance, and the people who were, who ran it, they were shirt and tie dudes. It was a major shock for me to have to behave myself on the air and to actually pay attention to their directions. So anyway, it was my first morning show too, so I had to completely flip, my behavior, which damn near killed me. But anyway, off to Orlando I went.
Yeah, and then I went to visit you at least once down there. I remember you had me down, and I stayed at your house. And
yeah. That was in Clearwater Beach when I moved to Tampa later.
Okay.
Right? Remember that? Because we were walking down the beach at night, and you were with me. I don't think there was a girlfriend, or there was a girl that would maybe have been with you. Was that anyway?
I can't remember.
We were walking down the beach, and I thought, oh, okay, I said, okay, I'm breaking the law already because I bought you minors some beer or something like that. And then we're walking down the beach, and I swear to you, not 4 feet off the beach in the water was a couple just banging one out and not paying attention to anybody, walking by. And it was like, that beach at night, it was, that was one of the things you do. You walk along and splash your toes in the water and stuff like that.
I didn't remember that.
Oh, thank God you didn't remember that, because I was going to go home and tell his mom.
Jeez. Well, then after that, you went to KNAC. Right?
Well, that was after Tampa, 2-3 years in Tampa, and yes.
And
there was an interim time between. I had been sending tapes to KNAC because I'd heard it in that past January, which was 40 years ago this January. So
and this was a station that was all heavy metal. They are, I guess, they've discovered Metallica in a lot of ways, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And your name on that channel was Thrasher, or Thrash Pie, your favorite guy.
Right. Exactly. So, I had to have a name. It was Total Theater. It was all very young people who were just getting into radio because it couldn't pay much.
Right.
It just did not. I mean, here I am doing mornings in LA, and I had to work the clubs at night in order to pay my rent.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to be there more than anything. That was it. I mean, it was just wide open.
Yeah, and you had a great time, a great career there for years. And then, I don't know how many years ago this was, but you wrote this book.
Oh, yeah, that was 2015 or so.
Right. And you had me do the artwork for the cover, which I really enjoyed.
And that is your artwork. And I have, I nowadays have a different publisher, Genius Books, great people, but they changed the cover of it. They, and I just kind of didn't get behind it anymore after. They're good people, don't get me wrong, and I get a check for $5 or $6 every quarter or something.
So you can still get your book without this cover, but somewhere you can get it somewhere?
Yes, at geniusbooks.com. So anyway, thanks for the plug, but we really didn't need to do that, because what I want to do, it was when my contract runs out with them, I'm going to go back to the book we made. I'm going to find it. If I have to sell them on the street corner, that's what I'll do. Because I do get requests for them from time to time.
I mean, it's a fascinating story about radio in those days. And then you were there when it transformed from 80s to 90s radio, which was a bit of a change.
Right, very much. The format's kind of split up. So the rock of the 80s stayed with KROQ, which was pretty much the innovator of presentation and certainly that music of that time. And so most of the rock stations were back to just playing the same 300 songs they'd been playing since 1978.
Right.
And so I was at KLOS out here for a short time too. I was on the air briefly on weekends and stuff, but my big deal there was being with the morning show, the Mark and Brian show. I had a blast doing that. And then back to KNAC after I had been out of. I went to Pirate Radio too. I forgot about that, but that was a disaster for me.
You were talking about something earlier today before we got recording this video about a 40th anniversary, and something just happened.
And I want
Recent.
to show you. I have to get up out of this chair for a second, but I got to show you this picture.
Okay, cool.
All right. And I might not be able to be on screen when I put it up here, but let me just see.
Okay.
I hope I can make this big enough to.
Oh yeah, no. Here, I'll make you take up the whole screen. Here you go. Look at that. And I'll explain what's happening here.
All right. This is at our 40th anniversary party. And if you can see the logo in the back, that's the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood. And the big KNAC logo over there, you can see. So it has all the elements. This band is called the Toxic Undershorts. and each one of those guys is affiliated with KNAC in one way or the other. So from left to right, I'm going to bring this down now so I can just look. From left to right is one of my best friends that I've ever had in life, Stu Pereira. He can rip on the freaking guitar there. Let's see. This is Crazy Craig in the plaid shorts, and he's the lead singer. This is Darren, Dangerous Darren, who did Nights, 7 to Midnight. And this is Wenceslaus, who did some production and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the drummer?
And the drummer is Rob Throb. So, Toxic Undershorts, dude, at the Whiskey. This framed whole idea just showed up yesterday at this house.
Oh, good.
A photographer who's now sort of famous up at the Strip. And he used to do character work for station KFI here in town. His name is Malibu Dan. and Malibu Dan is now a strip photographer. I mean, Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
And also sells real estate.
How crazy is that showed up yesterday when we had this plan?
I know, and it's perfect because it's just freaking perfect.
What timing?
That is a great photo. So anyway, so I've had a wonderful time talking to you again. And let me just a couple of stories about me, about you.
Yeah.
Because our relationship, it means a lot to me and has meant for a long time. And everybody wants to be on TV and for the world to see them. But I chose to do my advocacy one-on-one because I was a kid like you who nobody understood. I didn't understand myself. My parents thought I was a whack job. And, I was supposed to be, an Ivy League kid, and be at the country club riding horses and playing tennis. And I just said, not going to do that. I'm heading out. So anyway, our relationship goes beyond, the radio and all the fun and all that stuff because, and it reminded me of this story when we were playing the Planet Pill end of school stuff, all the school stuff. When school was ending for you, you didn't know what was going to happen to you. You had super interests in art and music, certainly, and just the world of culture, our culture at that time. And you were looking at how to get into college.
Yep.
So I came over to your house. That's why I recognized all that trashed room of yours.
Yeah.
And I helped you fill out
my college
paperwork. Yes, for NC State.
Mm-hmm.
And son of a gun, you got in, and I think you even got some assistance or something.
Yeah, that's the only way I was going to get into college is with some financial assistance. So I got some grants or whatever they called them back then.
You're right.
And
my
mom didn't know anything about all that stuff, so I had no guidance as far as where to go with this college thing. So
yeah I know. When I met you, when I met your mom, she whispered to me, "Thank you so much for helping Michael."
Oh, that's great.
She did say that. I swear to you, because I was like 30 or 31 or so, and you were what, 15? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a weird relationship. People could take that today and turn a headline into, that Thrash Pie, he's on the Einstein list or whatever that fucking guy's name is.
Einstein. Good old Einstein.
Yeah, fucking the Einstein Island.
That's See, that would have been a skit we came up with back in the day.
We could still do it.
Attention, Einstein.
Right. So you have been, you're like a little brother to me. That's what it was. There was nothing weird about it. It was totally, and fucking, hey, you got a lot of records from us, man. I got a bunch too, but they weren't anything that an album rock station would play back then. So it kind of enlightened me. Unfortunately, when I moved to California, those records altogether that I gleaned from the concert or the prize closet, whatever the hell we called it,
Q closet,
that whole thing weighed about 2,500 pounds. I just could not pay to ship 2,500 pounds worth of records to California. So I took them to this dude in Tampa, and he bought the whole thing for like $500 or something.
$500. You could have sold one of those for $500, I'm sure.
Exactly. But see, what was I going to do, dude? I was under the gun to get out there. But anyhow, so thank you so much for bringing all that up again. I've forgotten how much that helped me in terms of my, attitude and my style and my ability to use the equipment in a control room to make stuff happen like that
on the fly.
Because none of that stuff we did that on the fly. You'd call and I would record, and it would go from there. So
well, you were always so nice to me, and no matter what was going on in your life, you never let it affect what you and I did, and it was always good. Like whenever I called, it was good. You were going to take my message, and it was no questions asked. It wasn't like, oh, call me back later. Never any of that stuff.
Right. No, it was always cool. And I'm just actually really proud of what you've done with yourself. And, your career, you never turned away from what you wanted to do. And that's hard to do, Michael.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get kicked right in the nuts and, oh boy, what now?
I had to follow that passion. That's the only option I had.
Well, and you actually made that happen too. You just didn't sit around and wait. So anyway, thanks so much. I love you like a brother, man. And when you come out here, we've got to hook up because I've got some ideas that I want to talk to you about.
I'll be out there March 30th for the Devo tour. I got 2 or 3 days of rehearsal, so I'll be around and we can get together for a
awesome
meal or something.
I got a place, dude. My son Riley. He's a film grip. He's a key grip.
Right.
He's working all of the time, and he's going with this great girl, Kiana, whom I love to death. And her mom runs a restaurant here in Culver City. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go to the S&W Country Diner in Culver City. It's bitching.
And kill some hicks.
Yes, absolutely. And there are plenty out here. California earth dogs do exist.
Earth dogs? I love that term.
Right. Earth dogs, dude. Okay. All right, man.
I got to tell you, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I've been planning on doing this for years. It's been on my bucket list, as they say, for years. I finally got it all together, and I'm really glad you could be a part of it. And just thanks for everything you've ever done for me, all the concerts, all the records, all the experiences, all the learning and nurturing and all that stuff you did for me. I appreciate the hell out of it.
All right. You got it, brother. Thanks so much.
Rock and roll, Ted. Planet Pill signing off with a blast of Q energized rock. All right, buddy.
All right.
Check you later.
Take care. Let me know how it turns out. I know you got a bunch of editing to do, and that's going to take a while. But all right.
We'll do
it.
All right. See you, buddy.
Thanks.
All right. Rock and roll, Ted, everybody. My friend for many, many years, who made all this stuff possible. So at the end here, let me just run through a list of people I want to thank, okay? Certainly, Ted Prichard, a.k.a. Rock and Roll Ted, a.k.a. Thrasher, a.k.a. Thrash Pie, your favorite guy. Also, Mike Donovan, Jack Daniels, Jay Walker, Larry Sprinkle, Mr. Coffee, Charlie, a.k.a. Chuck Summers, Randy Miller, and all the other Q radio jocks who helped me along. Of course, Sarah Nicholson, a.k.a. Bunny Metal Headington, my friend Mindy Shaper, Tim Nolan, all the people that I did messages with back in the day, and to my good friend Ian Shannon, who helped me prepare all these little digital tracks, these audio tracks for this show. May the rock and roll gods bless you all. This is Planet Pill signing off.